Hello, welcome to the Two Chicks Homestead Podcast. We are the Two Chicks. Yay!
Hi, I'm Nate.
And I'm Aaron, and we talk about homesteading and living on a small piece of land.
All right, everyone. Welcome to episode 40 of the podcast.
40.
40. We're officially over the hump and all downhill from here.
So that means that, like, my age is really bad.
No.
Okay.
Your age like a fine wine.
Yeah, that's been opened and spilled.
All right. So we're going to talk about our favorite stores.
We're going shopping.
Yeah. We had a chance to do some shopping with Tractor Supply. Just opened up in the area.
Yep. Our kids are gone for the weekend, and so we're...
Homesteader date night.
Yeah. Yeah, so we have a Rural King nearby.
Yep.
And a Farm and Fleet nearby. And... we've had Tractor Supplies. They're in Illinois, but I think the closest one was like over an hour.
Carpentersville is over an hour north of us.
Yeah, or way south.
Yeah.
So it wasn't worth it.
Yeah.
We've been to one, at least one.
Yeah, we're
maybe
down in the one in Camden.
Yep.
So
and, I mean, it was cute.
Yeah, we had fun.
Yeah. They had a really nice book section there. Like
they
we
did.
stood there, or I stood there for a long time looking at all the different books.
Yeah, and you bought a couple, right? Or at least one?
I don't remember.
I thought you did. Because we bought a couple small things from there, and it wasn't a whole ton, but it was enough.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we're going to go over our pluses and our minuses, the pros, the cons of all of our favorite shopping stores.
Yeah, our favorite, like, homesteady type stores.
Yep. So I think first up we got Rural King.
Yeah, because that's been the one that we've gone to, like, since we moved in here.
Right, and that's, I mean, we spent hours and hours walking around Rural King, and the first thing that pops out of the kid's mouth as soon as we walk in there, I want popcorn.
Yeah, it's really good popcorn.
Yes.
I mean, it's like movie theater popcorn.
Right, and I'm glad they have it back because for this whole human malware virus stuff, it was not allowed.
Yeah, it was gone for a while.
Almost 2 years.
Yeah, and then it came back earlier than a lot of places stopped requiring masks, so...
Right.
At least that's something. But
so, it was food.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
It's nice because when we're going, we're not just usually running in real quick. I mean, we're going and we're looking at stuff, so it's like, here...
Right.
Kids have popcorn.
Yeah, I mean,
let us look, and
we're going to be in there for at least an hour, and we're going to not be able to get out of there for under $100.
Yeah.
Like if we walk into Rural King and we get out of there in $100, that's because I was going for one thing.
Or you weren't with.
Yes. Or no. I mean, I ran real quick to Rural King today to go get some stuff, and I still spent $195.
Well, that's what I mean. Is sometimes when we go, just the girls, it's. Not for big items.
Right. So
I mean, that's where I got all their winter gear last year. We just recently got boots.
Right.
I mean, we go there for our boots, clothes. I got my Carhartt there before Carhartt was bad named, and
your Carhartt jacket.
I still love that jacket though.
That's a comfy jacket.
It is.
And we've been looking for bibs for you. I mean, at least we were, but
yeah, I've got winter ones that I probably got at Rural King.
Yeah, they're the snowmobile pants.
Yeah.
So, which works out better than Carhartt, because Carhartts are really good if you're out in, like, real cold for a long time.
Yeah.
So, but they get wet. That's the biggest problem with them.
Yeah. So, the Rural King is the closest one to us. And going there is nice because it's still country roads. When you get there, I mean, you're not really in, like... a city area.
Right, you're driving through
middle.
cornfields.
I mean, it's got next to a Walmart.
Yeah.
Which is sometimes a plus if you need to just run there, but it's still not super busy.
Right, and it's, you're going through basically cornfields. We passed the orchard that we check out, and I'm trying to think what else is kind of down there. But it's like, there's no stop signs. There's no stoplights.
Yeah, just until you get to the railroad tracks.
Yeah, until you get down to the railroad tracks. But there's like 2 stop signs, and it's like 2 turns.
Yeah.
So
and we get to see horses.
Yeah, horses, corn, and every once in a while we see some deer running around down Creek Road.
Yeah.
We've come pretty close to actually nailing one out there before.
Yeah.
But,
they always have chicks.
yes.
Like, we've never gone in. We've had to order meat birds, but that's not unusual. But they always have a couple bins of just random chicks.
Right. And their limits are pretty good, and they will work with you, at least ours does, if you lose one.
Yeah. Yeah. We've had to... Well, we did that when we got a rooster by accident.
Right.
They let us come in, because you have to buy 6.
Mm-hmm.
But we came into the receipt and said we were just here, and they let us just pick one.
Right. And they offered to replace one of the Cornish crosses that died too, but they were already out.
Yeah.
So
we didn't want to have one not be
right.
8 weeks or something.
Yeah, I mean, it was, a week into it?
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I'm not going to let this one hang around for a week and
right.
just let it roll. And I don't want to get another chick, because adding another one single chick to our flock at 8 weeks old is a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
So.
They also always have rabbits.
Yes. It's not, they may not be
what you
meat
were looking
rabbits,
for, right?
But they always have rabbits. Like I was there today, they had a couple Harlequin Howland Lops that were really pretty, but I don't want Howland Lops because...
Yeah. But the girls really love looking at them.
Oh, I know.
So it's fun to just have them go,
right.
Oh, look. And then, okay, come on.
And that's where Luna's from.
Yes. Our latest doe.
Yeah, our latest doe. We got her from Rural King because I wanted some different genetics, and the girls wanted a two-tone rabbit.
Yeah. And the nice thing, too, is Rural King is down near where the big fair is. And so the people that had Luna at Rural King were at the fair.
Yes.
So it's kind of neat to see their other rabbits.
Yep. Yeah, we saw, and we found out she's an English spot.
Yeah. So we don't know for sure.
She looks just like the English spot that was in the cage at the fair, but...
Well, yeah, we'll have to see.
I mean, it doesn't matter. We'll see how she goes. If she's not a meat rabbit, then she's not a meat rabbit. Yeah. She's in the freezer rabbit. You know what? Rabbit.
If she's if she's made into meat, she's a meat rabbit.
True. Yep. We gotta see how big she gets.
Yeah. This kind of goes into a con, but they have lots of spices and food, but it's been a lot less. I mean, they have it's kind of like Menards. If you have Menards in your area, they kind of have that food area. But it's not as much as it used to be. Right. Like, it's like beef jerky, candy, But the spices, chips. The spices they have are in the same containers as I get from the Amish store. Right. So they're bulk spices. Yeah, but that's only if they have them. Right. Which is the biggest con with Rural King. Ours has been empty for a very long time. Yeah. Like, it's been a year, and it is still hard to find simple stuff. Mm-hmm. Like chicken feed. Yeah. And rabbit feed. Yeah. Okay, you're getting ahead of it. Okay. Sorry. One of the things was it's got that country feel. Like you walk in and you pull in and it's trucks. Oh, you know, it's dirty worker farm trucks. Like, the parking lot's a little shot. Could be needs to be redone. But I know when I had my Escape, I'd pull in and I'd feel like soccer mom. Like, hey, I'm just going to Rural King. But now I got my truck. Yeah. And I fit in. I pull in with my little Honda Civic sports car with 2 ham radio antennas hanging off that thing. And it's like, and I'm picking up 4 bags of feed, throwing it in the back of that. And it just goes down to the ground. Yep. So that's why we have the truck. Yeah. But yeah, going into the cons, it's been very empty. Right. Normally with winter gear or summer gear, it's out like in August. Mm-hmm. And this time it's like, I always get too late and we can't find the stuff we need and we have to get the colors they don't like. So this year it was like, I'm going to be on top of it. I'm going in to get winter gear. They didn't have it. Yeah, not yet. Yeah, so I don't even know. I haven't been back to see it. Yeah, I don't walk over by the clothes. I know their plumbing department leaves a little bit to be lacking or a little bit to be desired. There's not a lot of
PVC fittings and stuff like that. So I usually just end up going to Ace, which is right down the street. A lot of their steel pipe and their galvanized pipe is not on par with somebody like Ace, which you would think. But they do have batteries for mowers, which is kind of nice. I had to replace the battery in the mower and the ATV this year, and I was able to get that at Rooking, and they were really cheap batteries, but they're still name brand. They're under $100 a piece. Yeah. So that's definitely a big plus there.
Yeah, and they do have rabbit feed, but they didn't have the 18%. They only have 16.
15 and 16. I was looking for a better feed for our rabbits, and I was reading that everybody likes the 18% better, so I went looking.
That's 18% protein.
Yeah, 18% protein. I went looking at Rooking, and they don't have it. All you can get from them is 15 and 16%, and then I went over to Brothers.
Yeah, which is, we didn't even include that one because
we're done
useless.
with Brothers.
I forgot all about them.
We spent a ton of money with them. We're done with them. We'll throw some cons in at the end on them. On why we're not using them anymore. Yeah. And then we ended up actually.
We'll go into. We'll switch over to Farm and Fleet now. I just happened to be looking because you were like, I really want that 18%. Mm-hmm. It's like, well, let's look. And Farm and Fleet, which is Blaine's. Yeah. It goes by different names. Fleet Farm.
No, actually, Farm and Fleet Farm are two different companies.
Oh, are they?
They're brothers.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
they're different companies.
Is it still Blaine's Fleet Farm or no?
No, it's Farm and Fleet Farm. Yeah. Blaine's is Farm and Fleet. Right. Fleet Farm does not have Blaine's in front of it.
All right. Well.
Yeah, it's their brothers. There's something there, and I don't know exactly what it is. We don't have any Fleet Farms here, so.
Yeah. One of the best things from Farm and Fleet is I can order it online, pay for it, and I can drive up, and they come out and they bring it out to my truck.
Yes, which is really nice.
When I'm ordering like 8 bags of feed.
Yeah. When you're ordering feed almost by the pallet, it is better for them to bring it out so you are not carrying that. Yeah. And I will deal with that when you get home, usually. Yeah.
I did it once myself, and then that's when you had to buy me my my back warmer.
Yeah, your back warmer.
Something.
Yeah, I remember that. But yeah, it's nicer dealing with that. Like if you know what you need, you want to order, say, 5 bags of rabbit feed and 5 bags of chicken feed. That's, what, 1,000 pounds? Yeah. No, 500 pounds. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's 500 pounds you're not going to want to deal with.
Right, and to not have to bring the kids in and be walking around and grabbing that many bags.
Flop it up in your truck and close the lid and call it a day.
And then they give us free pretzels.
Exactly. So.
But yeah, going into that, they had the 18% rabbit feed.
Right, because we were looking online and we found it up there. We didn't find it in the store. But we found it online and we figured we'd order. I think you and I went in there one day to go see if they had it.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then we just started ordering online. Yeah. So I've only been in there a couple of times.
Yeah, and so they always have it. I've never had a time where...
Right. And I was there this weekend. I had to go get 1 bag because I ruined a bag and a half of feed, leaving it out in the rain like an idiot.
To your defense, it hasn't rained in like 3 months.
Yes.
So.
Yes. So, but yesterday we got like a half inch of rain, ruined 2 bags of feed because I left the lid off the garbage can. So...
It happens.
I need to go fix that and feed the rabbits tonight. So they had enough to get through the morning. I already checked on them.
Yeah. So going into cons with Farm and Fleet, I think it was back when we were changing flocks that we wanted to see or something if Farm and Fleet had different kinds of chicks, and they didn't have them anymore.
Right.
Like they only have it for like spring chick days.
Yeah.
And then that's it.
Yep. It's spring halfway through summer.
Yeah.
So they don't have it all the time by us. Your store might be different. Yeah. I don't know. But this is what we're seeing up by us. Mm-hmm. One of the things I do like about Farm and Fleet, that's where I got all the stuff for the side yard.
The seeds?
All the seeds.
Yeah.
For the rabbit fodder and stuff. That's where I got all those guys from. So that was kind of nice. It worked out really good. Long run, it didn't work, but you
well,
guys...
it wasn't because of Farm and Fleet.
Right. It wasn't because of Farm and Fleet. It was because of somebody else. So it is what it is.
So with kids, one of the downfalls of Farm and Fleet, especially this time of year, is they've got like the 10 aisles of toys.
Mm-hmm.
And with a horse-obsessed daughter, they have a lot of horse toys.
Yes.
And it's fun to look at, but sometimes I don't want to spend 3 hours
Oh, yeah. I
looking
know.
at the toys. So it's like to not have to go inside. They kind of even out. I
Right.
don't have to go inside because they offer the pickup. I don't want to go inside because they have all the toys.
Right. And Rural King has all the toys too, but not as
so
much.
Yeah.
They still
That's manageable.
Yeah, they have a ton of, like 2 aisles of toys,
Yeah.
and we just don't go in the center of the store.
Yeah.
So we go show them the rabbits, and they can drool over the rabbits, and
Yeah.
then we go get food.
Yeah. The other thing, which probably has to do with kids, is Farm and Fleet is huge. Like,
Yes.
it is a huge store.
Yes, it is bigger than a super Walmart.
Yeah, it's ginormous. And it's like, by the time you get to one end and they don't even have what you're looking for, it's like, oh my God.
Yeah. I mean, I've gotten to the point, I went looking for, so I got feed the other day, and I looked up to see if they had nest boxes, because I want to get some new nest boxes for the rabbits. So I didn't know where to find it, because it's not by the rabbit feed, and they don't have like a rabbit cabbie section. So
Yeah.
I looked it on their website, and it's on their website, and it gave me the aisle number. Well,
Yes, that is nice. At Farm and Fleet?
At Farm and Fleet. And I walked over to that aisle, and that aisle does not exist anymore in that store.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah, it was C2, and there's no C2. There's C3, 4, 5.
Yeah, well. Also, one of the things is it's in a busier area. Like going up there, there's traffic.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
it is near Meijer, which I do like Meijer. And so usually we'll plan it where we got to stop at Farm and Fleet, get the bags of food, and then we're going grocery shopping to Meijer, which is like a hop, skip, and a jump over.
Right, or if I need to go up to Menards, I'll get something, or if I got to go see somebody up in...
Yeah.
DeKalb-
Yeah, you're up that
Sycamore.
area more often.
Right.
Because of the ham radio meetings and stuff.
Right, that's where our club is based out of. That's why I went to go get a bag of feed last night while I was up there.
Yeah.
I had to go drop off paperwork for my volunteer examiners stuff. So,
Moving on up.
yep, I got to do one more thing in ham radio, and that's to be a VE.
There you go.
But that's all the ham radio for this episode. We still have stores to talk about.
So moving on to our brand spanking new
Tractor Supply, yes.
So, like we said earlier, we have them in Illinois, but not worth us driving to.
Right.
Because we have been to one in Tennessee, and it was nice, but it was very small.
It reminds me a lot of PetSmart.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it's more commercial oriented, but it's still got a lot of stuff in there you can use. Like, I was surprised how much medication they had for animals.
Yes. And they had ivermectin.
I know. So that's a good thing to know.
And now we're banned.
Yeah. And stream shut down.
But no, we've had that for the chickens.
Yeah.
I mean, we've had it here for a long time for the chickens.
Yeah,
and
we've had a ton of, Corid is another thing that we'll get.
Vitamicin.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
We have the whole first aid
Yeah,
kit in the laundry room.
But yeah, I mean, that's something that I really need to go through because we got that years ago when we first got chickens, and it's probably the same stuff. So I probably should go through that and replace.
Yeah, replace the stuff
things.
that goes bad. And,
Yeah, get stuff for the rabbits, too.
I mean, it's even with the one rabbit, Thor, when he messed his foot up, that's actually healed up pretty quick.
Yeah,
He's doing pretty good.
I think they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
So anyway,
All right.
back to Tractor Supply. I mean, one of the pros is that it was brand new.
Yes.
Everything is new and shiny.
Mm-hmm. And Employees were very nice.
Yeah. It made me feel like we are finally real homesteaders. Because you hear, like, all the people that we have looked up to over the years and have always listened to, they always get everything at Tractor Supply. And it's like, how can I be doing this and not have a Tractor Supply?
Right.
So at least now it's an option. And if someone posts, hey, this amazing thing at Tractor Supply, like the chicken coop gingerbread house.
Yes. And I need to go up there and wander around there, all those galvanized
The outside.
tubs.
Yeah, that was a lot.
Because I forgot about that. I forgot I wanted to go see what
and
they
I didn't
had.
even see, like, where to get out there.
It was side door over by the equine feed.
Oh, okay.
As we're walking around looking for all the rabbit feed,
Yeah.
I saw that side door.
Yeah.
It's a nice store. It's clean. It's got a good selection.
Yeah, it's hard to tell yet because I heard him tell people a few times that they just haven't gotten a lot of stuff in yet.
Right.
So, I mean, it wasn't super full, but it was full. But, like, the decor area, I know at the one in Tennessee, I mean, that one had a lot of cute, gifty, stuff. Like farmhouse,
Right.
like Instagram farmhouse decor, but it's still really cute.
Yeah, I mean, they had, they've been open, 2 days?
Yeah,
I think.
something like that. A couple days.
2, maybe 3 days tops. So they didn't have a ton of stuff in there.
Yeah.
But.
And yeah, it kind of felt like it was a novelty to go, like.
Yes.
It was just.
And it's over in St. Charles, kind of the ritzy area.
It's in a much, much, much busier area. Like, we normally avoid
that area.
It's over by the Costco, which we do go to.
Yeah.
So it is near something else that we go to, which is kind of nice.
Right. It does work, being over in that area. It's just,
It was very... So, one of the things... Okay, now moving into the cons. We met there the one night. And I'm driving up there, following my GPS because I can't go anywhere without my GPS telling me to turn.
Yes.
And so I turn right to get into the store. Well, you can't turn left into it. So I go a block down to another parking lot, turn around.
Yeah, the Aldi, then come back.
Come back on the main street.
Yeah.
And then pull into the parking lot.
Right.
Well, then you said, I could have taken the behind. But it's like the entrance is...
Behind the store.
And it's kind of like you're going into where the deliveries are.
Right. It's a hidden it's kind of a hidden road if you don't know the area.
Because it's giving you the address of Main Street.
Right.
But the
There's
entrance
no
isn't really on Main Street.
And, like, the entrance to get into the store is a quarter mile away.
Yeah. Yeah, it was very weird.
If not more. So
I don't know who designed that, but...
Yeah. Somebody came up with that bright idea.
Well, someone probably said, this is the area, and people will just have to deal with it.
Yeah. Yeah. And now that I showed you the overhead map where that side street is to get in, it should be a little bit easier next time for you.
Yeah.
So
it's the farthest away.
Yes.
But it's near Costco, which we go to
a lot.
Occasionally. Yeah. I mean, once a month.
Yeah,
maybe.
Once. Yeah.
We had a really hard time finding rabbit feed that wasn't like pet, like purple shavings and fancy little toys and stuff. But we did end up finding a couple bags, but they weren't. They were just the 16%.
Yeah, 15 and 16%. And they were $5 more than what we're buying at Rural King.
Even the chicken feed was more expensive. It did say on the bottom that it was like 20% off at the register.
20% off at the register if you had the perk card.
Yeah.
But even at that, you're still 50, 60 cents higher than...
Yeah. So, I mean, that right there is... I mean, we're not going there for feed.
Right.
I mean...
Yeah.
We're going there to go shopping.
Yeah.
And
for
look at the stuff.
Cute stuff.
Yeah.
And...
like the chicken coop.
Right. House. Yeah. That, if the girls want to go check some stuff out or if we need to get medication.
Yes. Yeah.
That would be the place we would go.
Yep.
I would not be...
Seasonal items.
Yeah.
Gardening items, things like that.
Right. They are a lot more expensive than Rural King, but I understand why, because they're in...
They're in an area that...
supports it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why they built that Tractor Supply where they built it is kind of surprising to me, because it is more of a ritzier area.
But I think...
But a lot of people have horses out in that area.
I think a lot of people have joined the homesteading phenomenon as not, like, really doing it.
Agreed. Yeah.
So they're up there, and there are a lot of farms in that area. I mean, I know the horse area is really big, so I'm not saying that everyone up in that area is not real, but I don't know where I'm going with it, but it just kind of is a feeling like it's a fancy store.
Yes, to me it's more of a fancy store. Yes, they had all the feed. Rural King has all the feed. Farm Supply has all the feed, and it's just a matter of what you want to pay.
Yeah.
You know, you want to save a couple bucks if you're already going to that store for other things. Like, we go to Rural King and buy ammo. I can get some feed if they have it.
Yeah.
I can get the alfalfa and Timothy cubes that our rabbits eat. Instead of us giving them hay, they eat these little cubes. I can get that and get the girls some popcorn, or we can do that on the, get out for a little bit one night.
Yeah.
We need beef jerky.
Yeah, and as a stay-at-home mom, driving at night is not something I do a lot, unless I'm getting out of myself. But, yeah, if at night, I would much rather drive down to Rural King, where there's not a lot of traffic, than try and
maneuver that area.
Fudge my way through
absolutely
the crowded, like, city traffic to go to Tractor Supply.
Yeah,
and obviously this is going to be different for everybody, but it's just...
And it seemed like the direction you took, you go through a couple of towns getting up Tractor Supply. Like, you went through Elburn, which is a small town.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of back roads to get to Tractor Supply, but once you're in the area...
It's the main road.
Yeah, it's North Avenue.
Yeah.
64 going through, pretty much goes the whole width of the state.
Yeah.
So, and that's Farm Fleet's right off of North Avenue as well, out in Sycamore. And that's probably 30 miles away from each other. Yeah. So.
But yeah, I mean, I'm glad we have it. It'll be a fun place to go, just to stop in and, see what's new type thing. But I don't think it'll be our main. I don't know if any of them are our main. I mean, I guess Farm and Fleet is where we get the most needed.
Yes, Farm and Fleet, we go there to get the
food, yeah.
Because they are the cheapest. Rural King is everything else. Like, we'll go to Rural King before we go into a Walmart or something.
Yeah, especially, to get canning jars.
Right.
Stuff like that.
Because they have pallets of those.
Yeah.
They have never been out of those.
Yeah.
That I've ever noticed. Like, everybody's going through the ball jar scare.
Yeah, yeah.
They always had them.
Because I think people don't think about it.
Right. But they don't have a lot of stuff. Like, I've noticed they're starting to pare down, or they don't get stuff back in stock. Like, chicken wire was really hard to find at Rural King when I went looking.
Yeah.
I don't know, Menards usually has it, but they're a lot smaller rolls. And yeah, it's just got to poke around.
Yeah. So, and then Brothers. So Brothers.
Well, all right. So Tractor Supply has one thing that is a must that you need to go get. Do you remember what that is that we got?
Yes.
Yes.
So they sell freeze dryers from Harvest, right? Mm-hmm. And I had known that a lot of them did. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we walked in and there was a freeze dryer. And I know my brother had gone and he sent me a picture that it was there. I'm like, do they have accessories? And he said, no, just the freeze dryer. Mm-hmm. But then I thought I saw the oil in the picture. And then when we got there, they sell the oil, which is awesome because I was just about to order some and it would have cost a lot more.
Yeah, it would
to order. Yeah, and it would have taken forever
because we would have to ship it.
Not the quickest.
No, and we would have spent more on shipping, and it would have gone ground because it's hydraulic oil.
Yeah.
essentially, or vacuum pump oil.
Yeah, so that is definitely a huge... I didn't even write that down, but that is a huge plus.
Yeah. So we bought 4 quarts.
Yep.
Which should be more than enough for a while.
Yeah.
That should last us at least 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have to keep that in mind if we need to go up there and get it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, hopefully they keep it in stock.
Right.
Although I'm sure I could call ahead and make
absolutely.
Sure.
All right. So Brothers.
Yeah, Brothers came in maybe 3 years ago.
Yeah. And we spent a lot of money at there.
Mm-hmm.
When we first got the rabbits, that's where I was going to get the little bit nicer feed.
Yeah, it's Brothers Country Store or something.
Yes.
And they're right down the street from Rural King.
Yeah, it's about
closer to
mile.
the little town that's down there.
Yeah, they're right next door to the big Plano molding facility.
Yeah.
Which that is a cool place. If you guys live in this area,
I forgot about that store. Anyway,
we'll have to do an episode on that because that was fun.
Yeah,
walk
that was
around
fun.
that place. But yeah, it's Brothers. The nice thing about Brothers is they had everything, and if they didn't have it, they would order it for you.
Yeah.
And they would have it within a couple of days. I mean, we bought all of our shavings there. We bought all of our feed there. We spent thousands of dollars at that place to get all of our stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2020 rolls around, 2021, and supply chain, they have issues.
But I don't even know if it was that. I just remember talking to someone that was supposed to be the manager to order.
Right.
And I don't think it was, and I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I mean, it's somebody at that store was not staying on top of issues, and to order the stuff was taking a lot longer, even though they said, well, you know, it'll be guaranteed here by this date. Mm-hmm. We have it set. We have this truck coming. We will get it. They would forget to order it. They wouldn't know what you're talking about, and or order the wrong thing that you ordered. So, you know, usually we'll start talking about feed when we open up the last bag. Mm-hmm. Or maybe the second to the last bag. Yeah.
Or we just dumped them all into the can and we have 4 bags in there, but none
set up.
To
right.
go
yeah.
next.
So, I mean, we're usually a month or 2 ahead no matter what we do on either set of feed. And we kept running into that issue where they would order the wrong chicken feed. Because they didn't stock our chicken feed.
Yeah, because we got that stuff
Trellis.
with the shell.
We got it at Trellis.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I forgot about that store, too.
We could talk about
that one is
Trellis.
like way out of our budget.
Yes. But a really cool store.
Yes, it is. That's where we took the chick chat.
Yep. So Brothers, we just kind of fell off because
it was too much of a hassle.
It's too much of a hassle, and I got sick and tired of ordering the stuff when I found it in stock at other stores for a better price. And that's essentially what it comes down to. Like,
well, yeah, at first when they were doing an awesome job and it was always there, sure, I'll pay a couple dollars more.
Right.
Because you're working with us and it's easier.
Right. And I mean, we had been customers from day one. And I went in there one day to go get my set of rabbit feed, and it's, we haven't ordered that in a long time because nobody's bought it. Well, that's because I've been staying ahead of it.
Right.
So, that was a freak accident where, I mean, we were down to like nothing, and that's when I switched to the 18%. So that was kind of enough for me. It's like, you guys don't have important stuff on the shelf. Like, you only have 1 bag of feed, and that bag of feed is 3 times as much as I am normally paying for a standard rabbit feed, because it's the pro version that nobody likes.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, Trellis. So is that also in St. Charles?
It's in between St. Charles and Geneva.
Which are, if you're from or know this area, those are pretty...
They're very nice houses, yes.
Areas.
This is an area I grew up in. Trellis has been there for years. Like, that is, I think, the original feed store of the farms. It's a really cool store. The guys there are really, really nice, and they will load your car up. Like, you walk into the front counter and tell them what you want, and all of a sudden, all 4 kids in that store scatter to go get all your stuff, and it's in your truck in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Really super cool store. Really super cool people. Prices are expensive.
Yeah.
I understand it's a mom and pop store. And they only have one brand.
Mm-hmm.
They have the Lena, and it's like $5 more than everybody else.
Yeah.
And once Brothers opened, we were able to get it at Brothers. Like, I used to stop at Trellis on the way home from work because I passed right by it, load up on 5 or 6 bags, and I wouldn't see them for a couple of months because it was on the way home. It's easier to do. Once Brothers opened up, that's where we went to Brothers. Trellis is really cool because they will do deliveries. They do schools. Like, you can go in and learn about chickens and actually sit down with somebody who raises them. And if you're interested in actually getting chickens, awesome.
Yeah.
You know, that's definitely worth it. It definitely has that farm feel to it. The prices are high.
Yeah, and for us to go there from our house is far.
It's 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this day and age with the prices of fuel, and the fact that they're $5 higher than everybody else,
yeah,
it's going to take me, no, it's not worth it. So I'd rather go, farm a fleet.
Yeah.
And
that's it.
Yeah. So that's pretty much the rundown of all the stores.
Yeah.
I think we got them all.
I think so. Even the ones I forgot.
Yeah. So, all right, guys.
All right. Thank you for listening to 40. If you haven't heard already, we do have the new Telegram chat.
Yep.
The t.me. Two Chicks Homestead podcast.
Yes.
I believe.
The link will be in the show notes as usual.
Yep.
We started that up.
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, if you need a community that you don't have near you, the Lots chat, Toolman Tim's chat, Amy's chat on Telegram, they're all the Renegade Butcher's chat. I mean, it's like they're all the same, almost the same people, but each one has its own
feeling,
personality,
vibe, and and there's different people in each one that you can bounce ideas off of. That's the really nice thing about Telegram, and nobody's gonna boot you for
asking a dumb question.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I do a lot.
Yeah, I do it too. So it's I like Telegram. Telegram's been fun.
Yeah. Yeah, it really has that like personal feel to it where it's like you can really talk to people. Right.
So, and then on this one we're trying something new. I figure we'll mention it anyway. Yeah. We're live streaming on TikTok right now. So, hi everybody on TikTok. But I think we're going to do that every once in a while.
Yeah.
Just kind of throw it out there and see how it goes.
Yeah.
So,
we've got the podcast that comes out every Wednesday.
Yep.
We just kind of talk about
homesteading, life, and living on a half acre, and
homeschooling, kids.
Yep. The kids
rants.
The kids are on vacation right now with the grandparents, so we've been getting a few things done.
Yep, and you do your live stream
every Friday.
Every Friday night at 8:30 Central.
Yep, and then it's on YouTube. Just play a little bit of ham radio.
It all depends on
propagation.
How busy it is too.
Yeah, it depends on how propagation is on the radio and how things are going. So, I last night's was a little short, so this is Saturday that we're recording this. Fridays was a little short, only like 25-30 minutes.
Yeah.
Where the week before I went for like 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's kind of fun doing it. I put the audio in from the radio up onto the screen. You guys can hear that and see what I'm hearing, and we'll scan around. I think last night I went looking for the military frequencies and some of the pirate radio stations.
Yeah, and I mean, if you have questions, it's not like you're just only talking on the radio. You're
Yeah, I
People
mean,
can ask questions if you're there, and
yep, and it was pretty quiet last night because I was just kind of poking around, seeing what I was hearing. There wasn't a whole lot, so I decided to end it a little bit early.
Yep.
So.
All right. Well, that's it.
Pretty much it.
Yep.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time.
All right. See you on the homestead, where something is always growing, eating, or cooking.